Welcome to Gaylore, where we just talk about our lives.
Yeah, that's it. Taylor Swift is just sort of in the background sometimes.
Yeah. We talk about Taylor Swift, but mostly we talk about ourselves, and we're gay.
I'm not a rapper, but I'll give it a go. Try to make an ad intro like I did for Joe. I'm incapable of leaving a bit without committing to it. If you listen to this, then you know. Let's start the show now. Come on, let's start the show now. No. Oh my god, that's so stupid.
Welcome to Swift Lore Podcast, where we usually dive into the lyrics and lore of our Lord and Savior, Dr. Taylor Ellison Swift.
Absolutely, we usually do.
But that's not why we're here.
Not today.
Today, to celebrate Abby's birthday. Yay! We're pretending like this is your cheering.
Well, because all of them are cheering at home. We know this.
We know this. I hope that wherever you are, just let out a little yay. If you're in public, maybe a quiet under your breath yay that like makes the person next to you go like, did they say something? And then gaslight them if they ask.
Wait, I think I definitely heard at least a few people do it just then.
I heard it. So we did a little time travel moment. You couldn't tell because we cut it really well.
I'm such a good editor.
Abby is such a good editor. It's one of her gifts for her birthday is time travel.
Taylor gave it to me.
Because as we know, Taylor controls everything, including the flow of time.
We're not talking about Taylor today.
We are not. We are talking about Multiply by Ed Sheeran, his 2014 album.
It came out June 20th, 2014, and we're about to hit the 10-year anniversary.
Crazy. It also, when I was looking at it, it came out June 20th in only Australia and New Zealand, and then it was June 23rd everywhere else.
I know. Isn't that strange?
It is. You know, a lot of people did that. I remember Five Sauce doing that for their first album because I was a big 5 Seconds of Summer stan.
You sure were.
And I remember, but theirs was a full month in between like the UK and the American release. And I just listened to the bootleg album all over. Do you remember 8 tracks? Oh my God. Speaking of 2014.
Oh my goodness.
For those of you who aren't 27 like us / about to be us, 8 Tracks was this website where you would basically just make playlists and you would like have to upload the songs because this was pre-streaming era. So you would have everything downloaded on your computer. So you would just upload all the songs that you wanted on your 8 Tracks playlist. And then that's also how you would share bootlegged music was through 8 Tracks. So all the like live Five Sauce songs, Tenerife Sea, before he put it on this album, he played it live during the Plus tour at some point. I remember hearing a shitty recording of it. Not a good one. What a time.
It was 2014 was such a time, and this album was and continues to be like literally spiritually with me always.
This album was that bitch, is that bitch, will always be that bitch.
Yes. And he's re-releasing it for the 10-year anniversary.
So exciting.
We're actually recording on the 13th, so it's not out yet. I'm pretty sure he's releasing extra tracks. Like, I'm pretty sure I read that, which is very exciting. And so if that happens, yay. But obviously we won't be covering those.
Which is wild because also, so he apparently like wrote, I was reading the Wikipedia page to study for this. Research. Anyways, and he wrote apparently 150 songs for this album. And then like the ones that we got. But like, I kind of see how you can write 150 songs and then be like, okay, like, here are the top 12, here's the top 20. And then he could just be like, all right, here's the next 7. Like, because it's already like, Runaway, which is on the like standard edition. And then Touch and Go, which is on the like Wembley edition. It's the same track, but with different melody over it. And like in a different key. But like, so I'm sure there's a lot of those songs where it's like, this is not the same song, but it's kind of the same song. But you can't plagiarize yourself unless you're in school. You can plagiarize yourself in school.
True.
You can't reuse papers.
That's true. And that's such a sad fact, honestly, because like I already did the work. And anyway, that's not why we're here to talk about today. Also, like, he's done it before with A-Team and was it Little Lady? Was it originally called? So he does that a lot. Ed Sheeran just constantly has lyrics flowing out of him, and I love that for him. We covered the first 15 tracks on like the standard edition of the album. I also threw in All the Stars as like a little ending, little touch note.
Love that.
But yeah, I love this album, and we've teased a couple of times that we're going to be covering it, and I'm nothing if not predictable. So
let's get some green lights going.
That's what we're doing. Okay.
I will also say, so we saw the Multiply tour in 2015.
For my birthday.
For her birthday.
My 19th birthday.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Right? That's not right. I was not 19.
No, you were 18th.
I think I was 17.
No,
oh no, that wouldn't have made sense. You're right. Yeah. I was 18.
I know. I can't do math, but I know that we were 18 when we graduated high school. Well,
yeah, right.
Barely for you.
Yeah, I had just turned 18.
As we've said before, Abby was speedrunning adulthood. She was turning 18 and graduating high school.
Big day, big day.
I came up with a really fun idea for my birthday next year when I turn 28. I want to do like a decade of being an adult and just make it like fun kid theme.
Oh,
like all
amazing.
the like nostalgia stuff.
Oh, I'm coming as Lizzie McGuire.
Iconic. Maybe I'll dress as a Bratz doll. We'll see where I'm at emotionally.
My party, you should be a Bratz doll. I agree. Cat's doll. For my party that's coming up for my birthday, the theme is brain rot in a pretty dress from the song Hot Mess by Dodie, where she talks about turning 27.
I didn't know this yet. So do we all get to wear pretty dresses?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh my God, slay.
So we saw the Multiply tour. And I distinctly remember that Kat and I audio recorded the whole thing. I still have those recordings, and they're still so special to me. I don't think...
Was it voice memo?
Yeah. We recorded a voice memo of the whole thing, and it was... I mean, I remember he started singing, and I was like, I was in it. I mean, it was just the most beautiful thing. It was at a pretty small venue in comparison to MetLife when I saw him last year.
Yeah. It's a venue we've talked about before, CMAC.
Yeah. Oh, at our show, a random girl climbed on stage. Remember that?
No.
There's a voice memo of it where a girl climbed onto the stage with Ed and he said, "Wow, I'm really glad you're not a killer." And then they escorted her away. He's just so chill about everything. That's what I've learned from researching these songs.
Funny. I have some stats. Do you want some stats?
Yeah, let's hear them.
So this album peaked at #1 in 15 countries that I didn't write down because I knew if I wrote them down, I would list them all, and I didn't want to do that to you. Sing was his first ever #1 song in the UK. And Don't was his first top 10 single on the US Billboard charts. It was #9, which is wild that it was #9 with like how popular that song was.
Yeah, it was really popular.
And this album is quadruple platinum.
It was huge.
Platinum is like what, 1 million units? So he's no, it's more than that.
This album was huge.
Who doesn't have this album?
Everywhere. It was everywhere. It was our senior year.
The most streamed album of 2014 on Spotify.
It was.
It won
globally
British Album of the Year at the 2015 Brits. It was nominated for Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year at the Grammys. Didn't win either, but it was nominated, which is like huge for somebody who 6 years earlier was sleeping on people's couches.
Yeah.
And I just wrote so many vault tracks, Wembley edition.
so many. A couple little fun facts about the album I have is that this album was originally going to include profanity on like the standard editions.
I love this story.
In Sing, Don't, and The Man in particular. And then a taxi driver convinced Ed to censor the album because his young daughter was a fan. And also for more reference about like the explicit, non-explicit versions, this is before Spotify used to not have it as an option for artists to upload a explicit and a non-explicit version. It was just like straight up not an option in like 2014, 2015. That was not a thing that people could do. And I know this very distinctly because I worked at a summer camp and we would play music from our phones onto a big speaker like while the summer camp kids were playing or swimming. And we used to listen to Pandora a lot, so I'd only heard the clean version of a lot of popular songs. And so when I was making my little playlist, they also didn't mark things as explicit around this time. So I made a playlist with a bunch of songs that we usually listen to, including I Took a Pill in Ibiza, which says fuck in the second line, but I had never heard the non-explicit version, so I didn't know. And then there was a bunch of 7-year-olds causing chaos, and I just hear him go fuck it. I go, skip the song. You know, I'm running across the pool deck like I don't want to deal with parents. It's wild because one of these songs is talking about Ed taking a pill in Ibiza.
That's true.
Also, I think it's called Ibiza.
I know it is, but like I know that's the right way to pronounce it, but I don't feel that I'm cool enough to pronounce it the right way. You know what I mean?
I just try to pronounce things the right way, and I thought they were two separate things for a while. I'm so not gonna lie. I'm gonna be
so real.
Ibiza and Ibiza, and then I realized it was the same.
Yeah, it's like some Spanish accents do that sound?
Yes. So
that's just a little fun fact
geography.
for you.
Cat and Abby.
And now on to the song by song, or do you have more fun facts?
Just a couple.
I cut into your fun facts.
A couple more. I just wrote personal connections. All of them. I related to this album even though none of it applied to me.
That's so real.
I was just about to turn 17 when this album came out. I didn't listen to it until I was 17, most likely. But I would literally sit there and be like, this song speaks to my soul. I hadn't done shit.
I think the only one that I truly related to at 17 was Runaway, because I was like, I'm angsty. I hate my parents and I want to run away and be on my own. Whoa.
No, for real. It just, I remember earlier in high school being like listening to the song Give Me Love and being like, this song, it's like everything to me. And he's just like, when my blood is drowning in alcohol, I'm like 15 years old. I tried showing it to my mom, being like, Mom, this speaks to me. And she's like, what? And I'm like, well, not that part. And she's like, well, what part of it then?
The music video that has a really pretty girl with angel wings.
No, for real. That's the only thing I remember.
I remember getting so excited because I watched the Give Me Love music video, and then I was scrolling on the Forever 21 website, and the girl from Give Me Love music video was also a model, and she was modeling stuff on Forever 21. And I remember freaking out about it because I was like, oh my God, she exists in the world.
Lego House was my alarm for a long time, to the point where now whenever it comes on, I
fight or flight.
My fight or
That's
flight
me
happens.
with Ready for It.
I know some people feel that way about A-Team because it's the first song in their Apple list.
Because like, what is going to be more alphabetically at the top than an A- song?
Exactly. So those aren't from this album. My last thing is that I have an entire duet version of this album featuring me and my own harmonies.
That's incredible. No, that's so real.
I
listened to this album for the first time in a while over the weekend. I was driving down to New Jersey and I listened to his first 3 albums like all in a row. Mm-hmm. And I realized that for Plus and Multiply, I tried to teach myself how to harmonize when I was in high school by singing along with these albums. What happened is I can only harmonize with these 2 albums. I can't harmonize. Yeah. I'm very bad at it. But Plus and Multiply, I just like sang only the harmonies for so long that I actually now can't sing the melodies for many of the songs.
And they say gays can't do math.
Here's proof. Multiply. Proof. And what's the first song called? 1.
It is. But before we get
sorry, I just want to make a math joke. No, you're
so
fine.
Much matter.
It's your party, and you'll.
Genuinely though, I think that Ed and I would have amazing musical chemistry. I think our voices sound very good together.
Agree.
And like
Ed Sheeran, come on the pod.
Ed Sheeran, come on the pod. I think we'd be buds. And my last note is that since it's my fucking birthday, I'm giving myself the pass to curse as much as I want because there's so many F words in this album.
Like, he censored them, but not with his soul.
No, because when you sing them in the car, you're not censoring.
You're not gonna go, don't. You go, don't fuck.
You absolutely do. We're staying on the same fucking hotel floor. Like, you have to.
Like, was he iconic for self-censoring for a random taxi driver's daughter? Yes, he's iconic for that. However, we haven't met that taxi driver, probably.
Maybe not. But anyway, now we can get into one.
My first note is just the end of the bridge, the long note. It's not even a high note. It's just the wrong.
It's 20 seconds.
It's so, I forgot how long it was.
It's so
I used
long.
to be able to hold it.
Yeah, it's a testament to my breath support. Like, I get it sometimes. I'd say it's 50-50 how long I can hold that note.
Yeah, he's really, it's one of those things where if you're not a singer and you hear that, you're just like, okay, so he's just
holding that note.
But like the amount of breath control, because he also does it live or like on the tour and stuff. Like he can hold that whole 20-minute note or 20 minutes. It feels like 20 minutes
long.
First
half of the album,
20-minute version, and it's just.
That's actually one of the vault tracks that comes out.
But the other thing is that it's like really breathy, which takes more
so
control
much more.
Because in order to have the breath coming through the note, you have to be releasing more air. So like, despite how much weed Ed Sheeran was smoking at this time, his lungs were
amazing,
in top shape.
And when you think he's done, then all of a sudden he's like, ooh. It's like hello.
It's like the scene in Pitch Perfect
Oh my god.
He's fat. He is so Fat Amy coded.
Oh my god, you're so right.
Actually, it's Fat Patricia.
That's so good. Yeah. Oh, I started doing a drunk count for this song because he says drunk 4 times.
Oh man, this whole album is just like alcoholism math edition.
I proceeded to not count any other drugs. I realize now as I'm reading this.
You know, it really be like that sometimes.
He talks about drinking a lot and drugs.
Pretty much every song.
Which is so hilarious. Why
And
I
it's
was like,
also,
this is my
I think
album.
it's interesting, like, because I can't remember what song I read. Actually, this one. I said, like, there's kind of like some addiction and alcohol and like drugs mentioned on Plus, but I don't feel like it's a main through line in that album the way it is with Divide or with Multiply and Divide. I think like the arc of like alcoholism kind of starts here and then ends with the end of Divide with Save Yourself.
Yeah, he's really struggling in this album.
Yeah.
I think that's the bit I related to and still relate to. He's just going through it, and he's also so incredibly imperfect in this entire album.
Yeah. There is no part of this album where he's just like, I'm the best.
Yeah.
He's more like, I'm having fun, but I'm still so deeply flawed, and I'm in so much emotional turmoil at all times. The dichotomy between the man and better man off of Divide, which I will say, I don't have Multiply on vinyl, which I kind of want it. Maybe I'll get the re-release version, but not the $80 vinyl. I'll get the cheaper one.
Also, Taylor and Ed have so many songs with the same titles.
So many.
That's wild. And they're best friends. Like, it makes sense.
We have The One. We have One.
True. I'm the man, better man, better man.
But also I did, so sorry, the story I bought Divide on vinyl when I first started getting vinyls, mainly because I thought it would be really funny to hear the line from Better Man, he's got his eyebrows plucked and his asshole bleached. I thought that line was so funny. I was 20 years old for reference when the album came out. I thought that was so funny and ironic to have on vinyl that I bought the entire, it's a 4 record album. Like it had to be expensive.
Wow.
But I bought it for the bit and also because I love that album.
Well, you know that we love nothing more than committing to the bit.
And that's why we're here.
This song was written on a guitar made out of wood from a whiskey barrel in a hotel room while
I had
on tour
the same note.
in Perth.
And it's the last song about the person that all of Plus is about.
Exactly.
It's almost like we read the same Wikipedia article.
I think a lot of our notes are going to be similar except for our personal connections.
True. Also I kind of like highlighted in every song what my favorite / like line that hurts the most is.
Noise.
Would you take away my hopes and dreams and just stay with me?
Yeah.
Like the idea of him starting this album with like, I have gotten everything that I wanted. I have all the fame. I have the accolades. I am there. Because A-Team was nominated for Best New Artist at the Grammys after Plus. So like he is up there. He is where he wanted to be. But he's saying like, would you take away, like if you told me to like get rid of my hopes and dreams and stay with you, I would do that.
Yeah.
And like that's how he opens the album. Fucking brutal.
It's also stumbling home drunk, listen to sad songs singing about love and where it goes wrong. And it's like, oh, because that's kind of what the album is.
Yeah. That's a very meta bridge.
Yes. That's the crux of this album. I actually very much like the song. It's very soft, and I think it was a perfect opener.
Yeah.
For this album.
Because I think it's soft, it's emotional, but it still is like very poignant. So as we know, this album, every single song is perfect. I'm going to say it now as a disclaimer to try to prevent myself from saying it about every single song. However, I will also be saying it about every single song.
Here's the thing.
This is a disclaimer and a warning.
There is one song on this album that I do not like.
Say it now. Is it The Man?
No.
What is it?
We'll get there.
No, you have to tell me now.
It's even my dad does sometimes.
Interesting.
We'll get to my reasons why.
Okay.
They're very specific reasons.
Okay. That was it for one for me.
That's it for one. I don't have anything else.
Now we're on two.
Oh.
I'm a mess.
This song is
my
that bitch.
Fucking God.
This song is that bitch.
This song is the first song that I ever played live as a solo singer-songwriter.
Yes, you're right.
And I would just really like to shout out 2014 Kat, who was 17 years old and showed up to a coffee shop open mic gig. I want you to go there with me. I'm 17. I had a ponytail, but I had like teased my hair because like Perry from Little Mix in that era, I was wearing a bodycon skirt, a black tank top, and a jean jacket, and like combat boots at Boulder Coffee.
You were an
I just
icon.
need you guys to know how deeply overdressed I was. If I had been wearing jeans and a t-shirt, I might have been overdressed. Like that's, and I had never played live anywhere before in front of like anyone except for I think I had like my voice teacher. And I went up there and I sang this, and then I sang a song that was, oh God, it was original. That was just like, someday this will all be worth it. You know, the angsty songs you write when you're 17, you think you're going to make it.
Yeah. No, I'm well aware.
But honestly, like this song is amazing.
This song is literally, it is, I can't even put into words how amazing this song is. And I love how stripped down it is. It's just guitar.
Because you know what? You know what he's accompanied by? His pure fucking yearning. Exactly. It's just Ed, his yearning and his guitar. And he doesn't need anything else. While my guitar gently yearns could be the alternate title for this song. Because if there is one thing this man is going to do, is he is going to fucking yearn.
I also yearn, and I'm also a mess. Therefore, this is my favorite song on the album.
And I just like, there's some songs that you can tell he wrote thinking about performing live, and this is definitely one of them.
This was fucking amazing live.
Because also like the way that the bridge loops, because he loves a loop pedal.
He does.
This was Multiply Tour. It was still just him and his guitar and his loop pedal.
Yeah,
no other band, no other instruments, nothing.
Yeah, it was amazing, and this song is amazing. He wrote the song in the shower.
That's amazing.
Right?
That's wow.
Yeah.
I feel like the shower is the best place to think about stuff because you don't have anything else to do except think.
Yeah. I mean, I've written
fixed a lot of
in the shower before.
In the shower.
Ooh, that too. I come up with good ideas in the shower, but then like, what are you supposed to write things on? How are you supposed to like? I'm still soapy. I can't just leave and write stuff down.
I just try to repeat it to myself a bunch of times.
Yeah, repetition is the key to
remembering things. But that's,
that's that.
I couldn't pick a favorite line from this song because every line is amazing and perfect. But I pulled out "Put Your Faith in My Stomach."
That's the one I pulled out as well.
Because I love like comparing him to Taylor's songwriting. It's something I kind of did because Taylor's like my default comparison. Mm-hmm. But like Taylor does the thing where she uses a normal phrase like "trust your gut" and she would just like make it have a new meaning. Mm-hmm. Whereas Ed is using the "trust your gut" idea and rephrasing it. And I just think that's really interesting that like they're such good songwriters together and they're both like in their own right incredible songwriters and like they both play on like everyday phrases and words in different ways.
I completely agree. That's the same line that I pulled out. I think the first time I heard it, I was like, that's weird. Mm-hmm.
And then you think about it and you're like, actually, this is my fun fact.
That's very smart. I also wrote down, I feel love, because the way that he just screams that, and this song is just it is just yearning. And it's also him being like, I'm a piece of shit. And like,
it's so like 2009 Bruno Mars.
It is.
Has anybody done an "I'm a Mess" Grenade mashup? Because I think that needs to exist if it doesn't.
I think that it is incredible when people take these really bold risks and write out just these awful things that they've done that they know are awful, because you listen to it and it makes you, even if you haven't done that thing or felt that way, you go, wow, I'm not the only person who's thought or done horrible things.
Yeah.
And it's really important to have that media available for people who, a lot of us are just like, no one else has ever felt the way that I feel, and I'm a shitty person. And then you listen to this really vulnerable personal music and you're just like, maybe I'm not alone in this world.
Perhaps Ed Sheeran is also. Well, if Ed Sheeran does bad things and is still Ed Sheeran, perhaps I can still be good if I do bad things.
Last fun fact, if I ever met Ed Sheeran, because this would happen, and he said, Abby, let's duet a song together. You get to choose which of my discography you want to sing with me. I would say, I'm a mess. And he would say, ooh, great choice. And then we'd do it. And it would be great.
And then you would come up with a secret handshake.
That's exactly what would happen. Anyway, that's my last note.
Now on to not the most commercially, so the first commercially successful song off of Multiply.
Sure.
Sing!
Whoa.
This song is so Pharrell Williams that he should have been featured. Like, it's just, this is a Pharrell Williams song that Ed Sheeran happened to co-write and sing.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so actually, Ed was going to make a whole album with Pharrell. Did you read about this?
I did not.
And since Pharrell helped write this song, he was going to have this song on that album. And then Elton John and Taylor Swift said, no, bestie. Put it on Multiply.
God. Wait, he was going to make like a separate album that was just all Pharrell?
Yes.
And this song
was going to be on it.
I like this song. I'm glad that didn't happen.
Me too. Well,
I think that whatever the Ariana Grande album that she did with Pharrell Williams is like my favorite Ariana Grande album, but also that's a Pharrell Williams album.
Yeah.
This was also during the time that I was boycotting Pharrell Williams because of Blurred Lines.
Yes. And also the song Happy.
Oh, fuck that song.
That was for the moms and the minions. 2014 was honestly wild. It was a big year for music and pop culture, and it was a different time to be alive, honestly. But yeah, the song is very catchy. Sing is very catchy.
It's very good. And like also, so this would be, he played this at the end of his concerts. So this is one of the songs that he would like have everybody do the O's. And then like as he was walking off stage, he would have them keep doing the O's.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one show where he kept doing it and like the crowd kept doing it for so long that like literally the crew came out and was like breaking down the stage and they were still doing the O's.
Yeah. This song is just super fun. I remember in 2014, I did get my license and I would drive around in my mom's car. And I remember specifically being in my friend's driveway with this song playing and like singing along. And halfway through the song, I went, no, I got to start over and sing it again because it was just such a banger and so catchy. And then my friend came out and she was like, did you just sing half the song, go back and then sing it again? And I was like, I did. And now I live with that friend. Hi, Ari.
Why did I know that story was going to be about Ari just from the tone?
And that's on Neurodivergence.
And that's on it. You're like, no, actually, I didn't enjoy that enough. I gotta run it back.
Yeah.
I don't have any other notes for the song. It's just
really?
fun. It's just a bop.
Well, apparently it's about a night out in Vegas, which I've never done. Kat and I, we should go to Vegas sometime.
I don't feel that I would enjoy that.
I probably wouldn't either. You know, I've never gambled in my life, and I don't want to start.
Yeah.
And then the music video features a puppet that looks like Ed.
I forgot I blocked that out.
Yep. He kept a puppet, and he said he still doesn't know how to work it.
That's valid.
I wouldn't want a puppet of myself, personally.
They'd be so haunted.
I'm not a puppet person.
Not about it.
And
Pharrell is also in the music video because that's the thing that he does in every
True.
song that he's like a big part of.
He goes, woo! It's like Timbaland. Timbaland in the early aughts used to just show up in music videos and be like, eh.
Yeah, like Pharrell's in like Holla Back Girl. He's in some Ariana Grande's,
that's
I'm
true.
sure.
There's a Trippy Turtle remix. Just thought that was funny.
Trippy.
My favorite line is, she handed me a bottle of water with tequila. I already know she's a keeper.
Just from the and then calling that an act of kindness.
It's an act of kindness. She was like, I got water and I got tequila. Us the Night Torture Poets Department came out.
No, it wasn't water and tequila. It was a water bottle full of tequila. It was a trick.
Oh, it was a water bottle filled with tequila. Handed me a bottle of water. I always thought it was a bottle of water with tequila. I guess that
bottle of water filled with tequila.
I missed the word filled. Got it.
It's because he's going so fast.
There's so much. It's the
I have to fact
everything.
check to make sure that I'm not wrong.
Well, anyway, me coded. I have been known to drink tequila.
As have I.
Once again, Ed and I would get along.
Yeah, bottle of water filled with tequila.
Interesting. All right. Well, I missed some words. Know. I guess I didn't know every word on this album. I was missing one. Filled with tequila. I already know she's a keeper. Just from this one small act of kindness, I'm in deep shit. If anybody finds out, I'm meant to drop bomb. This song is very catchy. It slaps.
Sorry.
So anyway, that's that.
Don't. This song, the drama and turmoil that this song caused in the 2014 One Direction Tumblr fandom.
Do you know the worst part of all of it? We all just accepted that Ellie Goulding slept with Niall Horan. That's not... Someone just said that, and then we all just accepted and believed it.
Well, people think that because you're looking for a lover to burn. and her big single was Burn. That was the main piece of evidence. And also the fact that her and Ed had been seen together and then they were never seen together again.
I understand
it's all speculation. Allegedly.
I understand it, but I just think it's so funny how people just decided. Like, I told everyone. I said, did you know this song is about, to everyone, 2014 Abby was like...
And Ellie Goulding is like, the song is not about me. This is not about me. Right. But also, if the song was about her, she would also be saying that. So...
Who knows? But anyway, I just thought that was really funny how it was just a widely accepted thing about the song, and that's not canon.
I mean, also the other thing that's interesting is this is before people like really, like celebrities didn't really deny stuff the way that they do now. Because I mean, the next song is Nina, and it's straight up about his ex-girlfriend Nina Nesbitt. Like, it's not like there's no. This is like, I always see stuff about like Twitter from this time of being like, this is before celebrities, like when they would tweet as if it was like a diary or like a personal thing. Like, they didn't tweet for promotional purposes, and like they actually used it for like outreach and just to like say their thoughts online and not in any sort of like filtered way. And they would just tweet like random stuff.
One thing he did say that this song is 100% not about Taylor, but that he showed it to her and she said that she never wants to piss him off that much.
That's so real.
So real. This song is brutal. There's a couple songs in this album that are brutal.
And I also feel like this is the antithesis to Dress. This is the don't fuck your friend song.
That's true.
Dress is the fuck your friend song. This is the don't fuck your friend song.
Yeah.
Taylor heard this and she went, anyways, I'm going to go fuck my friend and I'm going to write a whole album about
it. She said, ooh, cool story, bro. I had a different experience.
She said, ooh, couldn't be me. Do fuck with my love.
That's rough. Now, I bought this dress and I'm going to go...
get my friend to take it off.
Oh man. I have to read just this whole note that I wrote because you would have thought that I was stoned when I wrote these. And Ed literally was like, yeah, this riff was cool and the song was all right, so it's on the album. Like, that's almost a direct quote. This man is the human equivalent of that turtle dad from Finding Nemo, and I think Ed would agree with me.
He's just like, I guess I'll put on this masterpiece that everyone's going to be obsessed with for years to come.
Well, I think he thought it was, one, too vulnerable, and then two, he was like, I can't have a single out that literally is like, don't fuck with my love. Like, he's like, I can't just do that.
It's okay, because the lyrics are, don't
exactly.
Don't inhale with my love.
Don't inhale. Don't breathe. And he did it anyway, and we all thank him for it. The song slaps.
Yeah, I just like but also the bridge, the part where it's like she comes and tells him, like, while they're all staying on the same, like they're on the same hotel floor. She goes and fucks somebody else that he's also friends with, and then she comes and she's like, I made a mistake, I shouldn't have done that, and I have now realized that I shouldn't have done that. And it's like, how do you react to that situation?
He goes, well, it was never just fun, and I thought you were different.
And then he was like, I'm gonna write shirt sleeves about the moment before I got angry about this.
True.
We'll talk more when we get there, but I do think that this is like, so like this song is just the anger and like all of the like, well, here's exactly what happened here. Like, this is a story. This is just Ed ranting over a track.
It is a story, and the chorus is always the same, like, don't fuck with my love, and that's in between, but it starts off with like the setup where everything is good, and then like some things are kind of weird, and then like, oh, she does this, she goes and screws someone else, and then she comes back crying. Like, it's a whole story, but you have this through line the whole time of him just being angry in the chorus. It's very cool.
And also the way that like the anger builds in the verses, and then like it's not like we were both on tour, we were staying on the same fucking hotel floor.
That
is the peak of like why he's so pissed off, is like, it's not an understandable mistake. You could have come to me if you wanted to have sex with somebody. I was literally right there. You went next door instead. Weird thing to do.
No, literally. I also love the line, I never saw him as a threat until you disappeared with him to have sex, of course. That's amazing.
Like, secure king.
Amazing. He's like, I didn't care that you guys were like flirty or whatever. I didn't care about any of that until you actually went and broke my trust. Now fuck you.
That's so me coded.
I'm obsessed with this song. This song is amazing. This song is amazing. This album's amazing.
No notes, Ed Sheeran.
I'm feral. Nina. Oh, Nina.
Nina Nesbitt stands rise.
This song didn't used to be a fave of mine, but I specifically remember talking to my boyfriend at the time. Actually, I think we had already broken up, and I asked him his favorite song, and he said this one. And it's funny because we ran into his mom at the mall yesterday.
I was about to say, who is it?
It's the one we ran into, his mom.
At the mall. That's so funny.
Right?
This song is like, because I think there's a couple of like themes throughout this album. One of the main ones obviously is like drugs and alcohol, like addiction issues, and then the other one is like, what would my life be like if I had never hit it big? And I think this one falls more in the what if I never hit it big vibe, because it's like him saying like, I put my job over everything except my family and friends, but you'll be in between forever, so I guess we'll have to take a step back. Is such a like poignant way to encapsulate like the struggle of starting a relationship and trying to like figure out how to balance, because it's always like you never put like a romantic partner above your friends and family, never put a romantic partner over your job, but it's like, but then how do you make time for somebody if you have all these other good things happening in your life?
Exactly. And you can't. The things that he was doing, he couldn't.
Yeah.
It's very 'Tis the Damn Season. Like 'Tis the Damn Season, Midnight Rain are through lines in this album as well. Obviously, the musical styles are very different, but like the fact that Taylor and Ed, you can just draw so many comparisons to the way they view things and the things that they've experienced.
Makes sense, they're besties.
Exactly. Favorite line, smoking illegal weed. I think that's so funny. Every time I listen to it, it just gets funnier.
It's so good. He's like, he's got to clarify this is not legal weed.
It's not the legal kind.
Smoking illegal weed.
Because in 2014, none of it was legal.
Well, medically. But he was like, I don't have medical.
I don't think in England at all.
Fair enough. But he wasn't only in England. You know, this isn't an aggressively British song.
Smoking illegal weed. It's
like,
so
he
funny. He
says flat. He references Bon Iver.
He watches DVDs.
Smoking illegal weed.
He does mention Bon Iver, which, you know, I got to include my boy, Jason Lipschitz.
Jason!
Did a track-by-track analysis of this album.
What?
I did not put everything that he said on here, obviously, but I noticed it in this one, and I wrote down the quote. Jason said, following the quick name check of Stevie Wonder and Bon Iver's Re-Stacks, Sheeran once again tries to hide away from the world with a girl, but the music world keeps pulling him away from love. With descending piano notes and rollicking pop hook, this one should be earmarked as a future single.
And then it wasn't.
Anyway, Slayson Lipschitz. The other thing is that this was written with a guy named Johnny McDade from Snow Patrol, which in Take It Back, drinking pints at McDade's. I always thought McDade's was just like a bar.
Wait, it's a guy's house?
It's a guy's house.
Wow.
Johnny McDade.
That's wild.
From Snow Patrol.
That's cray-cray.
Right? Yeah, that blew my mind today.
That's wild. I feel like that makes sense because like the energy, this song in particular, I think is the most aggressively 2014 song on the album. Yeah. It's like the wearing his hoodie with the drawstrings pulled tight. I'm like, he doesn't say they're sweater paws, but I know that I know
that's
based
true.
off culturally, there were sweater paws. I'm like, I can see the bleach blonde hair with the hoodie with the sweater paws, and she's going like this. Like, I can see it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's all I have to say about Nino.
My final note is just like, it is very Midnight Rain coded of him to be like, I'm letting you go. It's also very So Long London, because the ending is just him saying, I'm letting you go because you'll be able to mend your own heart. Mm-hmm. You'll find someone.
You'll find someone. Ow. Okay, ow.
Speaking of ow, photograph.
Okay. This song is very pretty, and it was literally every time you turned the radio on, this song was playing.
I used to cry to this song sometimes.
Here's the thing, Kat. I distinctly remember you sleeping over at my house one night and being like, I have to listen to music. Can you cue up Photograph by Ed Sheeran?
I don't remember that at all.
You used to fall asleep to this song.
That sounds right.
And I love that. And so I'm talking about it on the internet now.
I love that you have memories of me that I don't.
Well, you were sleeping, to be clear.
Fair enough,
You're on the way to be sleeping. That's actually, I think, the first time I heard the song.
Really?
Yeah, was you being like, can you play this? And I was still awake because I don't sleep. And I was like, wow, this song's pretty.
Amazing.
Ed also wrote this with Johnny McDade. And he said, if no other song on the album sells, this one will. And he was right.
I mean, other songs on the album also sold, but he was correct. The song was very everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. He was right. And also he was wrong because it turned out to be a major success.
True. This is another yearning central song.
Mm-hmm.
Destination Yearn City.
Population Ed.
Hey, population 3, we're there too. We took the train. Took the midnight train going to
Midnight Train.
I love our brain rot.
That brain cell ping pong was brain cell ping ponging. The opening line being, "Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that I know."
He's so real for that.
Okay, ow.
He's like, I know what I'm about. Love, and love is pain.
Love is pain, baby.
Baby, that's how it works, baby. And like the line that I pulled as one of my favorites is, and if you hurt me, well, that's okay, baby. Only words bleed. Like the idea, because obviously the song's about like a photograph and a locket, and like the writing on the back of the photograph bleeding because like you're crying onto it or something, but then also like words hurt.
Yeah.
It's such a good like double, triple meaning moment.
And the thing, this is even more painful, actually. So I have an auditory processing disorder, as I mentioned a lot. For the longest time listening to this song, I always thought it was, and if you hurt me, it's okay, baby. It only was me.
Oh.
That's what I always thought it was.
That's also painful.
Which hurts. Yeah.
It does hurt.
It hurts either way.
Ed can hurt.
Ed can hurt sometimes. My last note is that at the very end, he says, by the lamppost on 6th Street. It's just very British. It's the way he says 6th. 6th. We say it 6th, which, to be fair, is stupid.
All of language is stupid.
All of language is stupid. We had an extra S in there. The word 6th doesn't need that. Anyway,
like
now
that.
I've said it so many times that it has lost all meaning.
You pointing out that specific line does make me remember this was like back in 2014 before I'd ever been in a relationship, never even kissed anyone. And I was like, I think it'd be so romantic to get kissed under a lamppost. And I'm just like, why did I romanticize that? Ed, why did you do that to me? Why did 17-year-old me think like the most romantic things are getting kissed in the rain, a la Taylor Swift, and getting kissed under a lamppost, a la Ed Sheeran?
And then there was me. I just want to get kissed in a corn maze. Bloodstream. Tell me when it kicks in.
Addiction issues to Electric Boogaloo.
Literally. This is the one about him taking MDMA in Ibiza.
I took MDA in Ibiza and I wrote a cool song.
It's a really cool song, I must agree. So
I love that he's like, haha, I'm so drunk and so high. Haha, please don't leave me. You said you love me. Why are you going away?
Literally. He's like, please, I don't want to feel anymore. Like, this song is so intense.
And it's like such a boppy song. And then because like most of the song's lyrics are just like, haha, I'm on drugs. I'm so drunk. I'm so high. Haha. And then it's like, if you love me, why'd you leave me?
There's nothing fun about this song. It's just... it's just pain. But I distinctly remember, so I had just started driving around in a car at this time. Driving around on what? A bus? But anyway, so I was just able to drive on my own when this song came out. So, and I have the CD and I would just listen to it over and over again. So I have very strong associations of literally just lying in my back seat with this song playing.
That's so real.
And just being like, tell me when it kicks in, man. Like, again, never drank, never did anything, never took a pill in Ibiza.
Never even been to Ibiza.
I don't even know how to say Ibiza.
She doesn't even know what it looks like.
So anyway, and yet I was like, this song just, I get it, you know?
But like, you get it because it's just like when you're doing all this stuff to like distract yourself and make yourself feel happy, but then nothing you do can fully take away like the angst and the like pain that you're in.
No, exactly. Because like, I think a lot of teenagers struggle with depression. I mean, that's just what it is nowadays.
Yeah.
And just wanting to like, tell me when it kicks in. I just want this feeling to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really powerful song. I want to say that the live performance of this song, watch a YouTube video of it right now.
Because this is another one, that was one of my notes, is that this is another one that he wrote for the loop pedal.
Yep. Like, right the fuck now, go look up Bloodstream live. There's a few performances of it. And when he does that loop part at the end, like, oh, the voice is in my mind, and he harmonizes, and then he's like slapping the guitar, and then he like screams, tell me when it kicks in, which he doesn't do in the recorded version.
I love that for him.
It's just so amazing. I love the live performance so much. And I love the studio version as well.
Simply all love.
And the line, I was never meant to hurt no one. Ed.
It's so real though. Because, I mean, he has so many songs on this album about how he left people because he couldn't handle relationships with the fame and with maintaining his friendships and familial relationships and dealing with the guilt of that. Ugh.
Absolutely. I love this song.
Ready for?
I'm ready.
Tenerife Sea. Remember when everybody was like, this song is about Taylor Swift and this is confirmation that this is about them being in love. It's about the Grammys, and he was so overwhelmed and he just had Taylor Swift and she has blue eyes. So the song is about Taylor Swift.
I don't remember that, but I did read about it.
I was in the trenches. I was in the fucking trenches saying they're just friends. And you know what? We won the fucking war. We won the war. Scoreboard.
That's true.
Scoreboard, me.
I literally don't know anything about pop culture, so I never was thinking about who things were about unless people told me that.
That's fair. This was 1989. This came out 4 or 5 months before 1989.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. What a year for them.
I know.
Wow.
What a year for the for the culture.
Wow. And the fact that Harry Styles was in the mix as well because of all that jazz.
Yeah. That was One Direction was still kicking.
Oh yeah,
this is
One
before
Direction
Zayn left.
Whoa, yeah, wow.
This is Midnight Memories.
There
era.
was Five Sauce and the little mix of it all. There's so much going on.
Tumblr era when I was running an Ed Sheeran, Little Mix, One Direction, Taylor Swift blog.
That's true. Confirmed.
I was insufferable. It's true.
No, I didn't think so. I followed it. I mean, I don't know.
You and 1,000 other people.
Okay. I have to take you again on a journey because I learned that Wikipedia isn't right all the time.
What?
Wikipedia so boldly started with Ed Sheeran wrote this song about his mom. And so I wasn't thinking about it because I wrote down scattered notes and then I went back and edited everything. So I basically just copied things from Wikipedia. So I wrote, Ed wrote this song about his mom. And then I took my mom to the show and he played it. I was super excited about it.
And then you look back and you're like, no, this is not. I literally went,
wait, he says he's in love. This is not about a mother.
It's not an Oedipus moment.
It is so not. So then I went on a whole journey. I said, okay, wait, it's not about his mom? People thought it was about Taylor though. Wait, he's not in love with his mom. Why did Wikipedia say it was about his mom? And then Wikipedia also said it was about a girlfriend named Beth and then misquoted the ending with, in the moment I knew you, Beth. Wikipedia said that.
Wikipedia.
Do better.
No.
I was literally like, that can't possibly be right. For a moment, I was like, I don't know what to believe anymore.
That's why because for one, I remember seeing the note about this is about the person that Plus is about, and I went and checked the sources to make sure that the sources were real because Wikipedia just be saying shit sometimes.
Yeah, and so now I learned that because those are some two just boldly wrong claims.
Did you know?
I knew you, Beth. I knew you.
Actually, it's pronounced Betha.
I saw you come up with the joke and then prepare yourself to say the joke. I still wasn't prepared.
I was like, do I go? Oh, some people say I Betha and it's Ibiza.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Wow.
So I think Tenerife Sea is one of his most underrated love songs. I think this is probably the most romantic song that he's written because it's just this song is the love bubble.
Mm-hmm. This song is so simple. It literally just paints this picture. They're in this beautiful place. She's in this dress. She looks gorgeous. She's got great hair. He's just so in love. There's this cool little Irish chorus with these beautiful harmonies. And that's it. That's the song. It's gorgeous. And then he randomly just starts talking about Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. I'm kidding. He's not talking about Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
He's just saying Lumiere, but as in the French word for light. He was like, how do I make this more romantic? Let's bring a little French in. I'm sure that hurt his soul as an Englishman.
For real. It's a strange choice. I don't think any other French words are on this album.
No, just the one, but it said a lot.
And he's in Spain, is he not?
I don't know where the Tenerife Sea is. What do I look like? A person who knows geography?
But I guess in Spanish it's just loose, and being like loose, darling, doesn't have the same ring.
Light.
Light. I want to know where Tenerife Sea is. No, it's in Spain.
Yeah, no, I didn't doubt you were right. I just said I genuinely had no idea.
Fair enough.
There's nothing going on upstairs over here. Also, the final line, the correct version, that in a moment I knew you best, like the idea of seeing somebody in a moment and just like looking at them and being like, I know you now. And I knew you standing in your Levi's once in 20 lifetimes. That's two different verses of the one, but you get the idea.
Good money I'd pay for you to just know me. We have to just keep quoting Taylor Swift on our Taylor Swift podcast.
You mean me Taylor Swift to my Taylor Swift podcast and my Taylor Swift
on my birthday? My Versace white bag.
Lipstick in my Valentino.
Oh, it's Valentino. God, I'm such a fake Vine fan. All right.
Speak. Wait.
Speak, Remy.
The fuck. No. I was thinking of the one that's like ally. This is my friend Valentina. She's Valentina. An ally. Ally.
Oh, that's true. Wow, I love Vines. So anyway,
Tenerife Sea.
My one, it's not even really a critique, but here's how I would have ended the song. I think that he should have ended it on "I love your hair like that," and then it should have ended. I don't like that he ends it on just like this. I think that's silly.
Would you like it better if it was Beth? And in the moment I knew you, Mom.
Oh no!
That would have been like, oh no, Ed. No.
Oh no!
It's like, yeah. So actually, the song was for Oedipus the musical. It got scrapped.
Oh my God, he puts the Ed in Oedipus.
Our brains are so broken.
We're gonna get canceled for this one. Oh, that's too good. Ed, we don't think this is about your mom, but Wikipedia do better.
Wikipedia, it's about your mom.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
You ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
Run away. I loved this song when I was a little 17-year-old wannabe singer-songwriter who was like, I hate Rochester. I want to leave forever, and I'm going to run away and not come back until I'm successful. And then now here I am living.
I'm so successful. Success. That's a hard word.
No, I'm waiting. You can get there. I believe in you.
Successful.
Yes. Soleil. Yeah, but it's just like, this is so... This song spoke to my soul when I was 17, but I still covered I'm a Mess because I felt that it spoke to my soul perhaps a little bit too much, and I wasn't ready for that.
Sometimes you just need to take some time to like not relate that hard before you can really.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I get it. This was also produced by Pharrell anyway. It's the second song. Isn't that strange? I mean, that was also from Wikipedia, so who the fuck knows? It was actually produced by Ed's mom.
It was actually Beth.
It was Beth. Beth is the true star of this album, and we have been sleeping on her.
How have we made it this far without talking about Beth?
Oh gosh. Here's another quote from Finding Nemo Turtle Dad Ed Sheeran. Runaway wasn't even going to go on the record. It was just a cool jam I was going to use for a project down the line. I played it to Elton John, and he said, "That's on your record, right?" And I said no, and he told me I was an idiot, so it's on the record.
I love Elton John. I love him.
Right? He rocks.
I have an Elton John record because I was drunk during COVID, and I went, Dad, can I have this Elton John record of yours? And he said, no, I like that record. And I said, Dad, it's Pride Month. Don't be homophobic. Give me your Elton John record. And he goes, you live at home. We can just keep it in the same place we keep all the other records. And I was like, but I need to know it's mine so that when I move out, I can take it.
That's true.
And then I did. Gay rights. Happy Pride. Steal straight people's Elton John records.
True. There was a video that came out of, it was Ed Sheeran, Elton John, Courtney Cox, I think, was all. I know Courtney Cox was in there. There might have been a fourth person. And I was like, what a strange trio of people. And now I'm seeing all these interactions between Ed and Elton. And I also read that, I think it was McDade, Snow Patrol guy, Ed introduced him to Courtney Cox, then they dated.
Oh, shit.
So I think Ed and Courtney Cox are also buds. But also, who wouldn't be friends with Ed? I think he's just like a stand-up guy.
Yeah, he just seems like a cool dude. So Runaway.
So Runaway. One, this song says daddy issues.
I literally was just like, this song is so tragic backstory, generational trauma, generational alcoholism.
Yeah. Also, just the chorus being, I love him from my skin to my bones, but I don't want to live in his home.
He said, toxic masculinity ends with me.
That hurts so bad, though, because sometimes we really do, like, love people who are so bad for us. And it, you know, it's just, it hurts.
Though.
Yeah, especially with family. No. I'm not going to let it slide.
And it too.
Not letting it slide.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Well, because otherwise people listening are going to be like,
No. Cat's been shot.
Oh my gosh.
That was a joke for our non-American listeners. There's not that many guns here.
Also the line, never seen my dad cry. Very sad foreshadowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get there.
Just take some death. Yeah, this song is just like so like Ed's tragic backstory of running away at 16, being homeless and like pursuing music, couch surfing, eventually making it. But like this is him being like, this is the mental state that I was in when I left home.
Yes. I'd also like to pull the lyric that's just very satisfying when he goes, backpack and a flat cap turned up the back as I pack my clothes up. And
the rhythm of this song is so good.
It's very good rhythm. And I want to say that almost every time, sometimes I just throw the Jack Black in that line for fun.
I see it. I
Jack
see it.
Black in a backpack. You know? Do you see the vision?
I'm just envisioning there's two ways I'm picturing that in my mind. One is like a backpack with a Jack Black's head sticking out of it, or one of those like baby carriers but on your back and with just a full Jack Black. So that's the two places my brain went. Tell us what your thought was.
Oh my Atlanta, it's so funny.
I don't have any other notes in that song. I just love it.
Me neither.
The man.
No, I don't want to hate you.
Just because you're a man.
Exactly what he says. It's giving, you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, there's so many songs about like when your ex gets together with the person that they told you not to worry about, like right after you broke up. Like that's what this song is. And also he's like calling her out for kind of being like a gold digger. He's like, oh, I always knew you like the guy from private school.
Yep.
And it's interesting because like, in terms of what the song's actually about, it's basically Better Man off of Divide, but this song is just like pissed off, and Better Man is just like, oh, you're just like, your man gets his eyebrows plucked and his asshole bleached, and like you are now a bitch and you're cheating on him. Like,
yeah, for real. Oh man. I wrote down a lot of lyrics for this one because
Same.
I didn't realize how much of a fucking banger it is.
The other thing about this album is there's so many words.
So many. That's why we didn't do a standard. We couldn't. We'd be here for 10 days.
Yeah.
The first one I put is, I'm just disgusted with the skeletons you sleep with in your closet to get back at me. Is one of the most brutal roasts of a person I have heard in the song.
Like, oh,
that's amazing.
It's a little slut shamey, but I think he gets to do it as a treat.
I think it's like, yeah, I guess it's slut shamey. I don't know if
it's like the skeletons that you sleep with in your closet. It kind of has like double entendre of like, you have skeletons in your closet and you're just like sleeping soundly with them there, but it's also like the idea that she's going back to exes to spite him.
That's how I interpret it.
Yeah. And like, but it's interesting they can go either way.
Yeah. Just like me for real. The going either way, not sleeping with skeletons in my closet. I don't do that.
I'm always awake if there's a skeleton in my closet. The first line that I highlighted was, I tend to turn you off and switch on my professional features. Then I turn on the turn the music off and all I'm left with is to pick up my personal pieces. Jesus. Like, I love that he's just like, this line is so brutal that even I am just like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus. And
what
it
did I just
rhymes.
say?
It rhymes so good.
It's so good. And I want to try to say it again because
it's hard
so
to say.
Good. I tend to turn you off and switch on my professional features. Then I turn the music off and all I'm left with is to pick up the personal pieces. Jesus. I said it wrong still, but you know what? I liked saying it.
Also, him saying that he got advice from his dad saying family.
That's my next thing with
family is all he'll ever need. Right after the last song where he said, "Fuck you, Dad, I'm going to go run off with a girl." And then this song, the girl breaks his heart and the dad says, "Family's all you need, son."
My note is casual dad mention after ripping him apart in the last song. LMFAO.
Literally.
The last song is just like, my dad is an alcoholic and I left home because I hate him. Even though I love him, I have mixed emotions. And then it's just like, well, I guess family's all you need. Oh no, I already
I'm
left
coming
them.
back home, I guess. Yeah. I also really appreciate how the chorus is, "I don't love you," and then at the end he's just like, "I guess I lied in the hook because I love you."
And he's so real for that.
He's so real for that.
This is the first time that he kind of like directly addresses his own issues with addiction. I'm frightened to think if I depend on cider and drink and lighting a spliff, I fall into a spiral. And
then he says, "I'll be writing a will before I'm 27.
Which if people don't know, the 27 Club, I'm doing air quotes. It's all these celebrities that basically got really big in their early 20s and then just partied too hard and died. It's referenced in a lot of pop culture music. Like I'm thinking Colors by Halsey, which is around the same time. Like I hope you make it to the day you're 28 years old is the line.
Yeah. It's a common trope. Also interesting because it's my 27th birthday. And I never wrote a will. So
I guess we're not allowed to die.
And I don't have.
I'm never gonna die.
I put down. What if I put this on my 27th birthday playlist? Haha. Nah, I can't. Haha. Unless
it's a little funny.
It's just every song that mentioned 27. I was like, what if I? This one's too sad though.
You put it on. This is the song you put on at the end of the night when you want everybody to leave or start crying.
True. It's the last one. Go down in history as just a waste of talent is brutal. The irony is if my career in music didn't exist in 6 years, you'd probably be my wife with a kid. That's I'm sure you have kids in Christmas and Right Where You Left Me. Also, like, you know,
Midnight Rain, Wanted a Bride. I was looking at my own name.
Yeah.
And yeah, this song I feel like is just like the thesis statement of the album of him. Like, as all the songs are about his addiction, his inability to have successful romantic relationships because of his career, and like this song is that. But also, it's like this is in a lot of ways, is a very angry album.
Yeah, it is. And this song is amazing, and I didn't really appreciate it enough until recently, honestly.
True.
So I think it was too much for me to really comprehend it. 17.
Yeah, there's just so many words.
So many. And you just sort of vibe to it. And then one day they hit you.
And then you're just like,
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Next one?
Yeah.
Thinking out loud.
Maybe we found
love. We all know this. Like, all of us know this song.
I wish the song wasn't so overplayed because it's such a good song. When this album first came out, I remember listening to the song and being like, oh, this is the wedding song. This is the song that everyone's going to be playing at a wedding. And then it's true. This is the song. This song is still played at weddings everywhere, even though now it's very cliche.
It's beautiful, though.
It's gorgeous.
A few associations I have with this song. There's Jenna Marbles and Julian Solomita used to have a podcast together. There was an episode where Jenna would say a song and Julian had to try to like sing it right or something. He had to try to be in the right key or something. There was some sort of game like that. She said thinking out loud, and he sang, "When your legs don't walk like they used to before." And he didn't understand why it was so funny. And she was like, "Julian, it's when your legs don't work." And he was like, "Well, they won't walk either."
I mean, he's not wrong, but he's not right.
Honestly, I see where he got that. I see it.
I see it as a fellow Aries with deep-seated ADHD. I get it.
My other association is the vine of the dog freaking out with the audio, "Take me into your fucking arms."
I love that audio. I remember I went on a road trip with my dad, and this was like in 2015. I think I was going to New York City to audition for The Voice, which didn't even get past the first general phase. Anyways, but I remember listening to this album, and we were listening to Thinking Out Loud, and my dad does not listen to the radio. He just listens to the Grateful Dead station all the time. So he did not know like any of this music. So we're listening to Thinking Out Loud, and to him it was not cliche, even though it was so already cliche like a year after Multiply came out. And we were driving on Route 17, and the line was like, when you're 70, and I was just like, haha, 17, and he genuinely thought that it was 17 and not 70, because he wasn't really listening to the whole song.
Right,
so he just thought, he was like, oh my god, that's so perfect for our trip, and like that was what was in his head. And then like years later I had to be like, Dad, you know that it's 70. 17 doesn't make sense there. When we're 17, we were already there.
But my favorite thing about that line is that he's basically saying, I'll love you until we're 70, but that's it. Then we're done.
And then one of us has to die or we're getting a divorce.
That's it. That's how it's going to work. Ed says this is his favorite song from the album and also the only happy song. Wikipedia said that though, so what can I trust? And also, he's wrong. Tenerife Sea is right there.
True.
So I have trust issues with Wikipedia now.
But also, I feel like Tenerife Sea has a kind of foreboding vibe of like, in the moment I knew you best, kind of implies that eventually he did
it's
not
a
know her
memory.
best.
It's not like a right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you did Tenerife Sea in a minor key, it would probably be creepy too. Because it's like, you look so beautiful in your dress.
You look so beautiful in your dress.
Anyway, horror composers, just an idea
from you. Just a little remix.
It's a remix. Yeah. We all know this song, and now that's it. A Fire Love. So here's the thing, I don't want to talk about
No, literally my only note is if I talk about this song too much, I'll cry. That's my literal only note.
I can't talk about this song without crying. Brain cell ping pong. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I did write one thing. I wrote one thing. The piano is sampled from the theme Remembering Jenny from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is featured after a certain character dies suddenly.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I have two grandparents who passed away who had dementia, so I simply cannot listen to the song in a normal way.
So fair. That is the content of the song. It's Ed processing those emotions in a similar situation. It's a real heartbreaker. And I just wanted to bring up that little Buffy thing because I think it's a very cool fun fact.
It is a very cool fun fact.
Otherwise, though.
And also the fact that is how the standard edition of Multiply ends, is with A Fire Love.
Wait, really?
Yeah. That is the standard edition ending. Right?
No.
What a fucking crazy thing to do. Take It Back is not on the original album.
Well, first of all, that's another mistake.
Yeah. Take it back, Ed.
Take it back. Put it back. Wow.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Anyway,
that's me about A Fire Love.
That's that song.
So that's all.
That's all we're going to say about that. Take it back.
Whoa.
Come on and take it back, love.
He's not a rapper. He's a singer with a flow.
You guys literally already know how I feel about this song. This song it's like, I think
this unlocks something in me.
If someone ever sees me dead on the ground and they don't know for sure if I'm dead.
Yeah, if you play Take It Back and she doesn't get up, she's gone.
I don't just rise with, I'm not a rapper, then I'm gone. I'm gone. This is so
good.
Never
had an enemy except the enemy, but
I'll be selling twice as many copies as their magazines will ever be. This song.
Only festivals ahead of me.
Festival fees. I'm healthier than a Dalmatian and pedigree.
Sing it for the rappers.
A rapper dingy. I love this song so much. I also love how he starts with "I'm not a rapper" and then does the 4 most intense rap verses.
I cannot confirm this because this is something that I just remember in my little fandom brain, but I believe that he said that he wrote this song basically like he just had a lot of comebacks in like a notes app when he would get bad press, and he just kind of had it accumulating for a while. And then he was just like, all right, I guess this is a song now. And then now it's Take It Back.
This song is incredible. He talks a little bit about his body issues toward the end too. Like, I'm a singer that you never want to see shirtless.
Well, that's also because he got the NME award for the worst dressed celebrity.
Yeah.
In like 2014.
I accept the fact I'm never going to win Best Dress. Taking my first steps into the scene, giving me focus, putting on a brave face like Timothy Dalton. This song's amazing.
I also there's it's some parallels to Fergie's song Glamorous.
I love how you're just
glamorous.
Glamorous. I'm going to bring Fergie into this.
Well, okay, so he says Madison Square Garden is where I might be, but more likely you'll find me in the back room of a dive bar with my mates having a pint with McDade, discussing records we made. And like in Glamorous, it's like, I don't care. I'm still real. No matter how many records I sell. After the show, after the Grammys, I'm going to go cool off with the family, sip and reminisce about days when I had a Mustang. And now I'm first class, up in the sky. I'm about to fly first class for the first time.
That's exciting.
My dad's work is paying for it.
Also, someday I'll be living in a big old city, and all you're ever gonna be is mean.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to tell me how First Class is.
I will.
So
the next song.
Yeah, we can move on. Shirt sleeves.
Shirt sleeves. I mentioned this before. This is the, like, to me, not canonically, but like this is the moment when the girl from Don't came to him and was crying because she messed up, and she's just like, you know, because she has the lyric like, "I'll never trust you again. You can just be a friend."
Yeah.
I feel like that's the line that makes me think that they're connected.
No, they very well could be. I see it too. For whatever reason, they have the same vibe.
Yeah. It's like different level, like different emotions about the same situation.
This song's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's not bad. It's not a bad song.
I think the only, like, "I'll never trust you again, you can just be a friend" is like the most hard-hitting line of the song. And it's so, like, it just blends into other stuff. So you don't, like, unless you're really listening, like, it doesn't hit.
Yeah, it's a nice little, like, vibe, though. You just sort of chill with it.
My shirt sleeve
under your eye. But we do love that the song is literally just all about crying.
Who doesn't love crying? I love crying.
Crying is great. Hey, kids, crying is fun.
No, ain't no INT, but you know there isn't crying.
But there is in shirt sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's literally all I have to say about that song. Okay. All right.
Even my dad does sometimes.
Okay. Let's get into it. I have a personal vendetta against this song. It's actually not really that deep. This is my least favorite song on the album. It's not that I won't listen to it. I just will skip it pretty much every time. And the reason why, I have a couple reasons.
Okay. Sheeran.
First reason, I just don't like it.
First of all, bad song.
No, it's not that it's bad. I just don't like it. Second
The first reason I don't like it is because it's a skip.
There's a few lines
I'm just translating you.
that just like, I know what his intent was, but I just don't like the way he said it. Like, he says, "Live life like you're giving up." And I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense. Because like when you give up and nothing matters anymore, you're able to just do whatever you want to do. You don't feel that anxiety or guilt or anything. And then he goes, "Because you act like you are." I just don't, it doesn't fit into place for me.
To me, it was like being understood.
It gives people permission to be in that bad place and says, I understand that's how you feel.
Just like make it through one night.
I get it.
Every night you say make it through one night, and then eventually you're 27 with a dog and a picture of Paul Rudd on your wall.
That's true. We did just we
Cat. Who's we?
Cat all by herself put a picture of Paul Rudd up on her wall.
If you haven't watched Celery Man yet, first of all, how dare you?
What is wrong with you?
Second of all, it's a like 1 minute weird comedy sketch from Tim and Eric with Paul Rudd.
It's on YouTube.
And there's one point where he goes, "Computer, can I get a printout of Oyster smiling?" And it's a picture of himself in like a weird outfit, and he's like,
he's not even smiling.
He's smirking. And so I printed it out, and I had an empty frame on my wall, and I was like, what do I put here? And then we were talking about
Oyster
it, and
smiling.
Abby was like, "Printout of Oyster smiling." So I now there's a 3.5 by 3.5 print out of Oyster smiling on my wall. I have one other note.
I wonder if it's the same note I have.
Rage Against the Dying of the Light.
That's
a quote from "Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night" by who? Dylan Thomas. That's right. There's a fucking Tortured Poets Department connection to this album.
Whoa.
We brought it back.
We can always bring it back to Taylor. Always.
It's also just one of the most famous poems of all time. But
well, my note was, do you remember when they played this song during the drunk driving demonstration senior year during the girl's funeral?
Oh my God.
That is the other reason I don't like this song, because I have that association.
Okay, we need to fully explain this situation.
I don't know if they do this outside of America.
They
Probably
don't
not.
do it outside. They don't even do this at every high school. This is not a common thing. I talked about this in college, and people were like,
is wild.
"What the fuck?" So basically, it's our senior year. It's right before senior ball, which like at our school it was junior prom, and then senior ball, which was like prom but with a different name. And so to discourage drinking and driving at senior ball, they decided to do a traumatic reenactment of what happens when you drink and drive. So they get everybody from the community in it. They get like the like car junkyards to give like cars that have been in car wrecks.
Yep.
They bring them in on these lifts and they stage a car accident where there's a drunk driver whose car is on the hood of this other car.
They're students.
And they very well cast. Here's the thing. They cast it perfectly because they picked popular kids, but not the popular kids that you hate. They picked the popular kids that are like nice to the weird kids. Like they specifically were like, okay, we need popular people that everybody knows, but also that nobody unanimously hates.
Yes.
So they picked all these like the cool, like nice people who everybody liked and were just like chill jocks or whatever. And so there's one car that's all girls, and that's the car that was sober that got hit. And then there's a car of all guys that was drunk, which we don't have time to get into the gender dynamics of that.
And but they crash, then the police department come, the fire department, then I guess one girl dies, and then they played this song, and then they had her funeral.
They had like they took her out of the car and they put her in a body bag and they put her in the back of a hearse and they have a commemorative wreath with her fucking school photo in the middle, and they're playing the song and they're laying flowers at the wreath, and like I just want so like this is like a half an hour long demonstration. And the girls, they're mic'd up in the cars also is an important note. So it's like, there's the driver who's just like, what happened? Is like freaking out. Cause they obviously gave them like improv, like, here's your role. You're freaking out. You have a concussion. You don't know what's happened. You're dead. You're just crying. There's one girl who just, for the entire thing, she was just sobbing the entire presentation. Like that was her role. And then there's like the guy who was driving drunk. He gets out of the car and he's like, actually, the girl who died was also Abby.
Yep, I was just about to say it was a girl named Abby.
It's just like Abby, wake up, Abby, wake! Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Abby, wake up.
Do you know how weird that was for me?
Abby,
just all
wake
of this.
Up. I don't like this.
Abby, wake up.
So the thing with that type of like experience is it's been proven that sort of thing doesn't work long term to discourage drunk driving, but it is very effective in the short term. So I understand why they do it for right before senior ball.
No, it's emotionally manipulative and weird and fucked up.
It's very
and
weird and fucked up, but like, I kind of get it. Because, I mean, what other way are they going to emotionally devastate everybody to not drink and drive?
It's just that they did it it was just weird. Because then you're just like in class and you're like, oh, hey, you're alive.
Yeah. This was like, we got pulled out of class for like 2 or 3 periods for this.
Yeah.
And also they're like, grief counselors are available.
Just in case. Oh man. Yeah.
One of our friends had to go to the counselor afterwards.
Yeah, it's hard. It was hard, and then this song was playing, so I can't listen to this song without thinking about.
I forgot that the song played. I remember that because I remember like I talked about this experience. I was just like, did this happen at anybody else's high school? And the answer was generally no. Other schools did less traumatic versions. We just committed to the bit really, really hard,
which we do love.
We love committing to the bit.
If you're gonna go there.
But like the hearse
was a lot.
Bit much.
That was a lot. It was a lot. So anyway, that's why this song, I don't like it. And I think that's an appropriate reason to not like the song.
That's fair.
And on that note, I don't know. I don't have any other notes. On that one.
Let's see if I have any other notes.
My other one is just, it's not all right to die. Actually, go to therapy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I also think it's interesting, like, looking at the song as a suicide way, but also, like, if you look at it with, like, a fire love of a, like, talking to somebody who's, like, suffering through a chronic, like, what's it called? Fatal illness?
Terminal.
That's the word. Like, a terminal illness. It's just, like, it's all right that you want to die because, like, it's coming anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I see fire. Oh, I see a city burning. The lore is wild of this song.
You take that lore.
So Ed got flown to wherever they had the only copy of The Hobbit after it was filmed, and he watched the entire movie, and then they were like, okay, you have 24 hours, write a song for the end credits. So he, in 24 hours, wrote and recorded this entire song. Important note is that he did not play violin before this, and he played all the instruments on the song, including the violin. He taught himself violin in order to play it on the song because he was like, this song needs violin.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, it was just 24 hours. They were just like, all right, Ed, do what you want for 24 hours. And he was just like, all right, I'll do it for the hobbits.
I'm a bad hobbit. I'll save myself out. He is just so incredibly talented. I can't even comprehend. That is wild. I also did see that Ed he just likes Tolkien in general. His grandfather owned a first edition copy. It was the first book that Ed Sheeran's dad read to him as a child. And it was the first book that he read himself.
Can't relate. I fucking hate The Hobbit.
I've never read it. This was also mixed at Abbey Road Studios.
It's a slide.
Loops back to me and my birthday. That's all I'm saying.
And then you said you had notes on all the
did.
stars, which I don't.
Yeah. The only other note about I See Fire is just that I really like the build. I think the build is
good.
Very cool.
I will say, though, whoever mixed this didn't do a good job because it starts way too quiet and it never gets as loud as the rest of the album. Even at the full build, like you have to turn up the volume.
That's true.
The mixing, it's like they mixed it for the movie and then they were just like, yeah, just put it up.
That's true.
But
yeah.
That's the only reason sometimes why I skip this is because I'm like, I know that I have to crank up the volume to listen to it, and then it's gonna be too loud for the next song.
Anyway, so because I have a few final notes on all of the stars, it's mostly just that this song plays during the credits of The Fault in Our Stars, and therefore it's burned into my brain in relation to The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh my god, we went to see that movie, and you were on medication that made it so you couldn't cry, and you still cried.
And I just wrote throwback to Tissue Skin.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because we cried so much that the tissues were like sticking to our face in a way where it just looked like we were like shedding.
Yeah.
I do like how this song is clearly very much tied to the movie. Like they talk about Amsterdam and America. Wow. They talk about Amsterdam and America. But there are some other details that like aren't in the movie. Like I heard Chasing Cars and I Thought of Us. That's not in the movie or the book. It's just there. And then I wrote a whole bit that ended up being completely irrelevant.
I want to hear it.
And I'll tell you why it's irrelevant after I do the bit.
Okay.
I said, fun fact. Many people believe that the Chasing Cars that he's referring to is the song by Snow Patrol, evidenced by McDade of Snow Patrol helping Ed with the album. But not many people know that Ed's true inspiration came from the song Chasing Cars by the Naked Brothers Band.
Wait, no, that works.
No, because
yes, it
it's
does.
called
Because
Crazy Car.
Oh,
I know.
But you know who's in The Fault in Our Stars?
Oh my god,
Nat Wolff.
Nat Wolff is in it.
He's in it.
I
So
know.
that's why I'm like, oh my god.
It's based, except for the song is Crazy Car. But like, so the song goes, Crazy car that leads me no. It's like kind of a bop, actually, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, I thought it was Chasing Cars my entire life. And I wanted this bit to happen. I looked it up and then it was Crazy Car. And I said, well, that's dumb. But I forgive them because they were literally like 10.
It's fine. I'm not mad.
And then my last note is, anyway, good album.
Next week, my hint song is Misery Business by Paramore.
And mine is Girl Power by the Cheetah Girls. I don't know. I wasn't prepared.
That's valid.
We hope that you enjoyed the episode. I know we were talking about Ed. This is typically about Taylor. We did a poll a while back for our Ed episode. It wasn't that long ago. But we were just like, do you like Ed? And there were a couple people that were like, no. So this episode probably wasn't for them. But
maybe we changed your mind.
Maybe
you listened to this and you said, yeah, I'll give it a listen.
Maybe.
But if not, fair enough.
And happy birthday to me. I'm 27.
Happy birthday to Abby. She'll be 27 the day after this comes out.
Yes, I turned 27 on June 25th. So if you think of it, wish me a happy birthday. I'm that kind of person that loves birthdays so much. So
bring a birthday present to my birthday party on my birthday.
So yeah.
So yeah, we'll see you next week.
We will see you then. All right.
But until then, follow us on Instagram at SwiftLorePod.
And on TikTok at SwiftLorePod.
And wherever you're listening, give us a 5-star review. Leave us a rating. You can leave us a 5-star rating. You can leave a little written review on Apple Podcasts, and we see them, and then we send them back and forth, and we get all excited.
You can also answer polls or questions that we have on our Spotify, or you can go to our Instagram. We have polls and questions and all kinds of fun things there.
We be posting.
We do be posting. And again, our Patreon, we should be getting that out sometime in July. We're busy right now.
Life keeps lifing.
But it's exciting because
if you listen, the years start coming, they don't stop coming.
True. If you listen to these episodes and you say, wow, they're already so chaotic, please know that there's about 20 minutes of footage on my laptop that I've cut from the episodes because I said, nope, can't do that.
Too much chaos.
And if that doesn't make you want to sign up for our Patreon, then I don't know what will. Maybe stickers? Maybe.
Who's
to say? So anyway, thanks.
Bye. Crispy high five.
Woo!
Crispy.
Bye. It's amazing. Go watch Celery Man. I'm obsessed with
it. It's
this
only a
decor.
minute. You can pause this. You can go.
Absolutely. It's a minute long.
Come back.
And it also, if you watch it and you go, why do they like this so much? That's also valid. It's a very weird video.
Yeah. I would recommend that you watch it for the first time in your college dorm, a little bit drunk during finals. That's the experience that I had, and then it became a core memory.
It's just one of those things where it doesn't make any sort of sense. You just have to watch it and be like, that's weird.
The vibe
weird,
is just like, oh, Paul Rudd, you silly little scoundrel.
He doesn't show me the head wobble. Like there's
Can I get a hat wobble? Can I get a flargon stomp?
It's so stupid. Anyway, watch it.
Wait, what's the nude? Can I get nude tane? That is not safe for work.
Can I get nude tane?
Override.
I love how we're talking about it. I bet you guys would
Paul, your wife is calling. Should you answer? No, we've got a lot of important work to do.
Okay, I'm glad that now we've just done the whole skit for you guys so you don't have to go watch it.
You know what? Whenever we get the Patreon off the ground, I think that should be part of the Patreon. It's just us recreating Celery Man.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So anyways, fuck the Hobbit.